This is the Fractal Design North, a great case with an amazing aesthetic, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the good and the bad, and if you should buy it or not. First, I want to go over the design. It's very unique and has a wood front panel, and has a great black or white aesthetic depending on what model you choose, and it fits in most setups with a wood desk. That's all you really need for it to fit perfectly. That's all I have. And it works great. The size of it is really small actually. When you first realize how small it is after building in it, it's quite impressive, and how much they crammed into it and how the compatibility stays good is impressive, so really like that. It's also very lightweight. When I first picked it up out of the box, even though there was nothing inside it, it was very nice and light, and the panels are nice and thin but also very durable. And onto the panels, they're very hard to remove, at least on my one. Thumb screws were just really tight and hurt my thumbs. I had to get a screwdriver out for the thumb screws. They still are kind of annoying, like one or two of them are not threading properly, but you know, I don't take the panels off every other day. Now on my specific one, the front wood is not fully finished, which is really kind of disappointing, but right at the bottom it just doesn't look fully finished, and that's just kind of unfortunate. But I'm sure with yours you won't get that. That's just unique to my model, I guess. It stands out from the rest. Now the fans that come included with this are daisy chainable, which is really nice, but also they're really loud because they don't have anti-vibration little rubber on them around the screw holes. It really vibrates, like if I just touch it right here, I can feel the vibration. I don't know if that's actually my hard drive or not. I could be wrong. I know the hard drive is on right now, so yeah, that's just one thing to consider. And they're a little loud when they ramp up and stuff, but I don't notice it when I have headphones on. So the airflow is actually pretty decent. This whole front panel has airflow, so that's great, and the dust filter actually works really good. But the top panel, it is very restrictive. I barely feel the air, and I even blowed through it once and I could barely feel it onto my hand through the panel, so I wish they made it a little bit more open, I guess. Onto the cable management. The cable management is pretty decent, but it's very tight. My power supply cables, especially the 24 pin, is really thick, especially the CPU power cutout. That is really small, and I have two 8 pins I have to put into there because I have two on my motherboard, and it was really hard to get in there, but I was able to get it in there. So if you're struggling, just keep trying to get it in there. I'm pretty sure I did one and then the other. I didn't do them both at the same time. And also make sure you do that before you install your AIO, because you'd be screwed. The cable grommets are actually really nice. I've never had those. On my H510, which was my previous case, just had that cable bar, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's a nice feature. They're rubber and they work really good, just making it clean. This case also has great compatibility. You can fit a 360 on the front and up to a 280 on the top, but I wouldn't go with that. I would go with a 360 at the front instead of a 280 at the top. Yeah, it's really tight. And I think the main thing is RAM compatibility. If you have a 280 and you have really tall RAM, it's not going to work. But if you do have the mesh version, you can put a 280 on the side. If you have a 360 at the front, the GPU compatibility is quite limited. I think it's like 300 millimeters, pretty short. So if you have a big GPU, it's not really gonna fit unless you side mount the radiator on the mesh version of this case. Overall, this was a great building experience. This was my first PC build, even though it was a rebuild. My first PC was a pre-build. This is still technically part of a pre-build. But yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, it's my first video on this channel of building this PC. Go check that out, it's pretty good. And then you can see how it went. In that video, I didn't show everything, like all the flaws and problems I had. There were definitely problems with this case, but they were very minor and not really that big of a deal. Once I've built it, it's like, oh yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Lastly, the price of this, it was $140 at Newegg when I got this, so pretty good. Overall, it's a little more expensive. It's a premium case. Compared to most cases these days, it's not that bad. They're usually around $80 to $100. And so $40 for some wood on the front ain't that bad. In conclusion, this case is really great and I would highly recommend it. Of course, you're probably gonna buy it anyways if you're watching this video. I would highly suggest though, if you haven't built a PC yet and you're interested in ITX cases, to check out the Terra, because I'm honestly really interested in that case, even though I'm probably not gonna build on the PC anytime soon. If I were to go the ITX approach, I would have built in that case. It's very similar, it's like the little brother, so consider that. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this informs you of this case, and this is just an honest review of my takeaways from this case. If this changed your mind at all and you don't want it anymore, cool, I guess I helped you out. But overall, this case is really nice and premium, and I am definitely going to buy more Fractal cases in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.